Hello everyone, I am Wilrinth and I will be commentating this race between CheeseReaver and Rossu 123. Not quite sure how deep we are into this tournament right now, but I know Ross and CheeseReaver are both really good runners. I know I actually lost to Rossu myself in a pretty good race, I'd say. Wow, okay. So, Ross doesn't have any supers. He can't actually check the item behind the E-Tank. So I hope for his sake that's not actually anything good, but it seems Plasma is an early supers location behind the reserve tank, the vanilla reserve tank. But I think because of how, oh wow, Wave Beam and Plasma in the same room. That's something. So with both Wave and Plasma in early, that's going to give our runners some decent damage for the bosses. If they can find charge, they won't really need to get that much ammo. I'll see what I can do about my voice and try to make myself a little louder. Give me a sec here. That any better? Alrighty. Well, CheeseReaver and Rossu are both, ooh! I wonder if Cheese is opting not to check that location, any of these locations in Big Pink. I wonder if, he's just grabbing the supers. Now that they have supers, I wonder if they will go back and check Eticoons for the item behind the E-Tank. For all our runners know, that could be a key item. That could be Varia. So they might have to think about checking that item. Or they might pick it up later if they ever need to come back to Criteria for the Criteria supers. But it seems our runners are picking up tons of supers now that they're in Big Pink. So shortly we'll be hitting a Divulgence spot. I wonder whether CheeseReaver and Rossu will go up. Ross in particular has been known to always check Wreck Ship early. At least from my experience with racing him. However, he has been known to go down from time to time. I can't say I know all that much about Avaria's at the back of Gauntlet. Well, that's good to know. I can't say I know too much about CheeseReaver, so I have no clue what he will do. But Ross often does check wreck ship early. So there's an energy tank down at Vanilla Charge Beam, but they don't have Speed Booster, so they can't really check Waterway. So that could be another location. Since Varia is at Gauntlet, that means the big item we're looking for right now is Charge Beam and Gravity Suit. Everything else is pretty extraneous. And of course, they need either Ice Beam or Speed Booster, unless they can Crystal Flash Clip to Bot Wound. I don't think Ross has learned the Crystal Flash Clip yet. I'm not sure about CheeseReaver. Ross is going for that difficult wall jump. Okay, cool. So Ross will most likely now be checking Billy Mays, since I guess he must not have gotten power bombs early enough to check this item earlier. And I imagine, due to Varia's relevance, he will either opt to go up through the main shaft, or more likely than not, he will choose to go up Red Tower and clean out Red Tower. But I'm not quite sure whether he will do Red Tower before or after. But Red Tower is certainly the correct choice, going up to Fantoon to get Varia. And Ross decides he doesn't need missiles, and he certainly doesn't need a reserve tank. CheeseReaver does not check Billy Mays. He's going straight up Red Tower. I can't blame him for that. There are only 3 items, which quite a few, but when you know where Varia is, it's probably just best to try and get it as soon as possible. And Ross does opt to take the elevator back up, which means he most likely will check Mother Brain's tank if he hasn't already. It's a quick check. CheeseReaver's going down to check the Vanilla Power Bomb location. There's an item. There are 2 items here, so there's quite an opportunity. Oh, just missiles under Mother Brain's tank, and CheeseReaver gets eaten by the Samus Eater. We have super missiles here at the front, but what do we got in the back? And we have another missile tank. CheeseReaver is collecting ammo, which means he's probably not very confident that he's going to find Charge anytime soon. That's with a pretty clean parlor. Clearly heading to Gauntlet for that Varia suit. But there's also the front of Gauntlet. I don't think anybody has checked there. Smart decision to save before Gauntlet. You never know when Gauntlet can get the best of you. Even if you do have 5 E-tanks. Oh, but he chooses not to save. He wants to restore those power bombs. That's right, he needs power bombs. Oh, and CheeseReaver finds Speed Booster in Red Tower. Oh, that's actually going to let him check an extra location. That'll let him check the top right of Criteria's landing site. Fortunately, Ross will check that location if he doesn't already have gravity at that time. Gravity and ice. And frankly, charge too. And something tells me we're not going to find gravity, ice, and charge all in wreck ship. And front of Gauntlets is just missiles. Nothing too exciting. CheeseReaver checking out the volcano full of acid. I wonder what we'll find here. Oh, you just going to spark right through it. Oh, and he sparks right into the spikes. And we just find a simple power bomb tank here. Nothing too exciting. But with 15 power bombs, it means he no longer needs ice. And Ross does pick up his Varia suit. With that, I imagine he will head over to Fantoon. But the real question is, will he opt to full clear wreck ship? Farming power bombs, eh? CheeseReaver also opting to refill some power bombs and some health. Huh. Ross is opting to go back through Brinstar, and he probably wants to check that Etakun's super missile. I can't say I blame him for that if that is what he has in mind. But this could mean that Ross plans on going down to Norfair, and he will not pick up the speed booster anytime soon. Which would be most unfortunate, because speed is required for Meridia, unless you can either Crystal Flash Clip or Ice. And like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure Ross does not know how to do the Crystal Flash Clip. However, Gravity could be here. Oh, and it's just a super tank. That's going to cost him quite a bit of time. He's already full cleared this area. Oh, well, actually, I'm not sure if he, I'm not quite certain that he went to, what's the name of the location? Ugh. Names. There's too many names in Super Metroid. If you check the side hopper power bomb. Ah, Ross misses the mock ball, but CheeseReaver here is through Gauntlet and picking up his various suits. I wonder where CheeseReaver will go next. Also, no, he is diverting rather. So I imagine he will be heading over to wreck ship. Actually, I can't say this is too bad of a play for Ross. Ross did route himself up the elevator, probably with the intention of doing this, that way he could go up Red Tower to wreck ship. If that was his plan, then he actually made the right play. But I do hope for his sake that there's nothing important waterway, because after running through Brinstar twice, I can't imagine you're going to want to go through it a third time. Oh no. Oh, CheeseReaver with a diagonal spark. Oh no! Third tries the charm, as they say. Ross does not have speed booster, so he cannot check waterway. Just the super missile at Moat. Ross does just opt to go down to Crate. But what do we have here at the Vanilla Spazer location? Nice speed boost across the West Ocean. I didn't quite catch what was at Spazer despite my claiming that I was actually going to check the item. But I can't imagine it was anything important. It was just, oh, screw attack! At the main shaft missiles. So far, we've seen exactly one item in wreck ship, and I can say it was already worth it. Screw attack may not be a required item by any means, but it is in fact the ultimate luxury. We just have some power bombs. Ross opts to pick them up. I can't say that I would. Screw is required today. That's our logical access to Varia. Oh. Yeah, but logic, who follows logic in 2019? CheeseReaver has begun his fight with Phantoon. He has Varia suits, so it shouldn't be too difficult. While Ross has entered his Kraid fight, but unfortunately, whether it is in Zero Mission or Super Metroid, Kraid is not much of a true fight here when you have super missiles. Ross easily gets the quick kill. CheeseReaver unfortunately firing three missiles into CheeseReaver's eye. Cannot Doppler on the third cycle, so we will be seeing another round. And it seems Kraid had grappling beam today. And Phantoon is almost dead. Another slow pattern, it looks like, for CheeseReaver. Oh! Didn't quite shoot the missile into the eye. Those diagonal missiles can often not go in quite the direction you desire them to go. And with that, Phantoon is out of here. We won't be seeing you to other M. Rossu, unfortunately, is only finding missiles right now. That isn't quite beneficial to him. What he really needs to find is some charge beam or some really helpful thing. Otherwise, CheeseReaver is just going to have a huge lead from all of these extra items that he's finding. Speed booster, screw attack. Oh, but Ross finds high jump boots at the high jump E-tank. That's going to certainly make his vertical movement go by quite a bit faster. CheeseReaver won't get those for a while. And Ross does opt to pick up the E-tank, while CheeseReaver finds a reserve tank at the right side supers. I always like to say one reserve tank is the perfect amount of reserve tanks, because you never know when you will accidentally run out of health. Just the extra small sense of security is always nice. CheeseReaver deciding to save before he goes and checks Wrecked Ship E-tank, Wrecked Ship E-tank. Ross heading over to Ice Beam. Oh, is CheeseReaver going to try and spark his way across here? Ah. No, but he's trying to get himself some speed so he can get up there, because he doesn't have bombs. He could get up there with a power bomb, but I do think he's just going to opt to try and speed his way through here. At Ice Beam, we have just an E-tank. And this room is known many a time for killing a runner. CheeseReaver taking it slow and steadily. I can't blame him for that. Now, will Ross... Oh, Ross cannot, in fact, go down to Croc because he did not go up Red Tower. Oof. That might cost him. But he's still going to check out this super in the wall here. CheeseReaver finds a power bomb, decides he doesn't need that, and Ross finds a missile. Who needs missiles? Well, right now, actually, both of them do, because neither of them have charge beam. CheeseReaver decides to reset. Wants some of that health back. And of course, who needs power bombs when you're already at 15 of them? 15 is the lucky number. Ross now going through Cathedral. Speed Booster was in Red Tower. Beta power bombs. I didn't quite catch... Okay, that was an E-tank. CheeseReaver going through the attic while Ross is about to enter a high tide. One of my least favorite rooms in the game. My least favorite room in the game being a double chamber. Ah, Ross is going to check what this item is down here. And it is just a missile. Now he's opting to go up. But will he, I see, he's going in order. I almost think, I'd almost want to say that perhaps just going straight to Lower Norfair and checking these on the way out would be the smart decision. But I imagine, Ross is looking for quite a few things. Because he does have enough ammo to kill Ridley. More than enough now with those supers. So far, CheeseReaver has not found anything too important in Wreck Ship. Oh, double supers. Wait, was that 3 super packs that were in Norfair Reserve? Was it really right to call it Norfair Reserve when all you find are super packs? The triage of super missiles. Whoa, gravity for CheeseReaver at Norfair, Wreck Ship Reserve. Oh, that is going to put him far ahead. Oh, I think that put the nail in the coffin for Ross. Cosmic Brain plays. And Ice Beam! Oh my gosh! It just gets better and better. Remember how I said that Wreck Ship probably wouldn't have all the juicy items? Apparently I lied. And what's more, there are still 2 more items out there. There's still Charge Beam to be found. And there is still Space Jump to be found. And of course we got Spring Ball and Bombs too. Oh boy. I'm not quite sure how Ross is going to get himself out of this puzzle. CheeseReaver is going to be in go mode immediately after he grabs that gravity suit. Yikes. Unfortunately, that means Ross will have to go up and kill Fantoon before he heads down to Dragon. But I wonder if immediately after he checks Red Tower, he will in fact... No! He will full clear! He will want his, He will, unless he can find Spring Ball. Oh, and Space Jump for Ross in double chamber. That is a good item, but it's not going to help him all that much. Besides... Oh, and oh, he picked up Spazer! Oh no. That was surely not what he wanted to do. You can see he's a little salty about that one. And CheeseReaver finds just an E-Tank here at these missiles below the gravity suit. Now the real question is, will he in fact go down the Ridley? And finally CheeseReaver picks up his gravity suit. For that I imagine he will just go burst his way straight down to Lower Norfair. But he doesn't actually have enough ammo to kill Mother Brain yet. If he does take a pit stop at Norfair Reserve, he will find that there are 15 supers awaiting him. So that oh, Ross is actually going to make the plays. He appears to be heading to Crocomire. Just a missile for CheeseReaver. He found enough in Wreck Ship. I'm sure he's not going to be too disappointed that he didn't find anything exciting there. But it seems like Wreck Ship was all of the plays today. Screw attack. Charge beam in the ocean! Oh my gosh. Wreck Ship had literally everything from screw attack to charge beam to ice beam to gravity suit. With Variant just waiting in gauntlet. Oh my gosh. Rossu executes Crocomire, sending him straight into the acid of death. And just finds a boring old power bomb there. I think this is where Rossu hits the I surrender button. But he doesn't know his opponent has all of this stuff. He doesn't know what CheeseReaver has. The only way I can see CheeseReaver losing, is if he dies without having saved. Unfortunately, CheeseReaver just saved. So I can't see how Ross comes back from this one. CheeseReaver is now going straight down to Ridley, I presume. Ross picking up more supers. A Crocomire. He is now at 50. He actually most likely won't ever find the charge beam at this rate. And unfortunately, Ross has to find Spring Ball. Oh no, wait, yeah, he has to find Spring Ball. And he can't... I'm actually not quite sure how Ross can skip the wreck ship checks. I don't think you can Crystal Flash Clip without gravity. CheeseReaver unfortunately does not quite get that moonfall. Super missiles at Indiana Jones today. I wonder if CheeseReaver will just opt to take care of Kraid after Ridley. I see, you can Crystal Flash Clip without gravity. Well, if Ross learns the Crystal Flash Clip without gravity and finds a Spring Ball in Lower Norfair, he can in fact do Suitless Meridia without gravity. But apparently nobody in their right mind would do such a thing. And CheeseReaver finally picks up his high jump boots at the E-Tank. But that's just unfortunate for... Once again, what we had by going up to wreck ship was Varia in Gauntlet, Speed Booster in Red Tower, Charge Beam West Ocean, Ice Beam also in the ceiling of West Ocean, Screw Attack in the main shaft of wreck ship, and Gravity at wreck ship reserve. Lots of goodies there if you went up to wreck ship. Unfortunately, Ross grabbed Varia and went down. Now Ross is making his way through Lava Dive. He's pretty proficient with Lava Dive, so I won't see him having any trouble here. CheeseReaver is also making his way down to Ridley. Commentator's Curse gets him again. Drops the Lava Dive, but he does have plenty of health, so... Oh my gosh. I'm just killing Ross today. Both figuratively and literally, probably. And CheeseReaver with the gravity jump takes the lead in Norfair, surpassing Ross. Come on, you can do it! I believe in you! And Ross finally gets it. Finally makes his way to the Norfair, Lower Norfair elevator. And he is, in fact, saving. Can't say I disagree with that strat. He does not have Screw Attack. So Lower Norfair will be pretty deadly. Understandably, CheeseReaver is not going to be going to GT today. He has literally everything he could possibly need except for Space Jump. which was at double chamber, along with Spazer, which Ross picked up. Ross does opt to check GT. Unfortunately, he won't find anything super exciting there, because CheeseReaver has already found all of the important items. But you never know where Spring Ball could be. CheeseReaver making his way up to the worst room in the game. GT hides for us today. A missile pack and a super pack. Nothing too exciting. Ross could use the supers because he doesn't have charge beam, but he's almost got enough to deal with Mother Brain at this point. I think he just needs one more pack of supers and then he'll be good to kill the Mother Brain. Actually, he might have exactly enough. I think, 5 supers amounts to 15 missiles and you need 40 and 60 for Mother Brain. I think he has exactly enough ammo right now, actually. But it is quite easy to miss some ammo against Mother Brain. So picking up an extra tank or two certainly wouldn't hurt. CheeseReaver going through Wasteland. Going to deal with some Skigas here. But will he check the power bombs of shame? He doesn't have a reason to. Why is Ross going to GT? Does he want that health refill? That's certainly a reasonable choice if he wants to heal. Ah, that is precisely what he's looking for. He wants the health refill before he goes down to fight Ridley. A reasonable idea, if you're not confident. Nice spark by CheeseReaver. He will be entering Ridley now in just a second here. Goodbye, Ghidorah. No one cared for you anyways. Alright. Let's see how this Ridley fight goes. Pretty good start. Couple supers there. Going under. That's right, Ridley. Look behind you. I feel bad for Ridley. He always gets hit in the back because he's unable to look behind him. And by the time he finally does, he's already half dead. Alright. Goodbye, Ridley. Excellent fight by CheeseReaver. I imagine Ross will... Yes, Ross is in fact checking Mickey Mouse missiles. CheeseReaver doesn't even feel like checking behind Ridley. Yikes. And we just have a missile here today. At the Mickey Mouse missiles. Is this even randomized? We have a vanilla item. Ross does in fact have the faster amphitheater due to having space jump. But that's probably one of the only few rooms that he will be able to do faster. Due to his lack of speed booster. CheeseReaver going back through Wasteland. Not opting to set up this speed ball. Ross taking down these key hunters here. He's certainly trying to make a safe route for himself, and he chooses not to save, which means he is very confident in his ability to take down Ridley and the Metal Pirates here. And they just high-fived. While Rossu is heading in, CheeseReaver is heading out. But will CheeseReaver... No, he's decided that there is nothing he needs at this point. And frankly, there really isn't. I don't think he will check for space jump at double chamber either. And of course, if he does check wave, he will find Spazer. It'd be funny if he grabbed it too. Oh, but he does in fact check that one last item. Only takes about a second or two, so I can't say I blame him for that. Rossu opting to super these dudes, these metal pirates here. Ah, okay. CheeseReaver also checking this exterior of this. I'm not actually sure what that little section is called. The triple threat of key hunters are, unfortunately, nothing against the screw attack. Oh, that is true. An E-tank would allow stand-up glitch. Yeah, that is the Three Musketeers room. And Ross enters Ridley with 54 supers. I cannot imagine he will have any trouble with this little dragon. I mean, you did know that he made it into Smash Bros. He couldn't possibly be too big for Smash Brothers. Therefore, he is little. The little dragon that could. And that was, in fact, a beautiful fight from Ross. That was an absolutely fantastic fight. I don't think he took a single hit. Does opt to check behind Ridley. Wonder what we will find today. Oh, bombs behind Ridley. CheeseReaver almost forgot to go to Kraid. Opting for that PRKD. Ridley is in fact hiding the explosives today. Ross is now on his way out, and he will be heading over to Fantoon next, where he will finally get his screw attack, his charge beam, his ice beam, and his gravity suit. And a speed booster. That is, unless Ross opts to check the jail and find Spring Ball there, and decides that he is going to be a madman. And Crystal Flash Clip to Dragon without gravity. I do actually want to see that, because I have no idea how you would even go about doing that. Oh, and CheeseReaver misses the Kraid quick kill. We get the DLC of seeing how to actually fight Kraid. This big monster. This is not the best Kraid fight we've seen, unfortunately. But Kraid does in fact go down, and CheeseReaver will find his grappling beam. Unfortunately, he never actually checks what's there. Grappling beam probably wouldn't have been all that helpful for Dragon, to be honest. Speed and the Ice Wave Plasma mix. And just a missile for Ross. He can't even get the less important items. Oof. That is just unfortunate. But he does have Space Jump and Bombs. The only items we don't have eyes on yet are X-Ray. And I think that might be it besides Spring Ball. Just X-Ray and Spring Ball at this point. CheeseReaver now going through Meridia. Just going to go straight up the bot wound at this point as fast as he possibly can. Ross getting beat up by the Three Musketeers. CheeseReaver entering Aqueduct, my favorite room in the game. Doesn't quite get the damage boost for Ross, but that's not too bad. Alrighty. Let us see this bot wound fight. Opts not to go for the short charge. Can't blame him for that. I still don't quite understand how that tech Rossu just showed off works. But I can tell you that Botwoon is dead, and I know exactly how Botwoon died. Just took a couple plasma ice wave shots to the face. That's all. Nothing too painful. And we find that oh no! CheeseReaver froze one of those Puyos. Has to reset up his spark. And he is now going for the full halfie. Let's see if he gets it. I think he okay. Yeah, I was about to say I think he stored his spark a little earlier for the full halfie. Must have dropped a wall jump there too, since he opted to just win spark. Making his way slowly through Coliseum. While Rossu is going up, most likely to check X-ray here in just a second. He will find all of his majors shortly and realize that he has most likely lost this race. CheeseReaver entering Dragon. Wonder how he will deal with Dragon today. She has some powerful, I don't know. She rams you. She grabs you. She spits at you. It's really all she does. She doesn't exactly have a variety of attacks like Ridley does. I suppose none of the bosses in this game really have all that many attacks, come to think of it. It's kind of hard to think, kind of actually odd to realize how excellent of a game this is when the bosses aren't even all that impressive when you actually take some time to think about it. But perhaps that's a sign of good game design, when you actually don't think about the fact that the bosses only have a few attacks. But anyways, CheeseReaver is about to Shine Spark and kill Dragon. Oh boy, not quite what you were looking for. There with that diagonal spark, CheeseReaver. And Dragon is dead. She has lived her last breath. And Ross is about to find some more miners, but we do know that the next check he makes will in fact be the speed booster. Beta power bombs will be the start of Ross's item pickup collection here today. Now the real question is, will he opt to check West Ocean before or after Wreck Ship? He will get that charge beam, and it will make his Fantoon fight a little bit faster. CheeseReaver is now heading straight to Mother Brain. I can only imagine Ross's reactions right now that he's actually finding some stuff. Kind of actually looking forward to it. I do hope they're willing to come in here for some interviews after this one. Oh no, that is not quite the spark you were looking for, CheeseReaver. Ross checking the volcano full of acid. I can't blame him for that, but we know that there is only a power bomb here. Nothing too exciting. And Ross already has 20 of those. Ah, I was really hoping you'd kill that fish, CheeseReaver. Tisk tisk. Nice coach act with that super. And unfortunately misses the Bach ball too. Small time losses, but they aren't really going to make a lick of difference when Ross and CheeseReaver are going to be high-fiving each other here in just a moment. Ross heading over the moat, skipping those super missiles. He has got 75 of them. I can't blame him for that. Oh, he is checking this item here and finds that it is only a reserve tank. And he falls right into the ocean, which will, I think he makes I'm not sure if that was intended or not, but he will in fact find his charge beam now. And he is in fact picking it up. I was about to say, you're just going to leave that charge beam behind? You sure you don't want the beautiful charge beam? The strongest beam in the game? And nice spark across West Ocean. CheeseReaver entering G4 at around 51.36. I'm going to mark that down so I can see when Ross enters. Ross picks up his screw attack and will now be heading down to take care of the ghost. Unfortunately misses that speedball. Nice grappling beam. Trying to deal with those fireballs with that grappling beam, but unfortunately they are invulnerable to all sorts of damage. Oh, a fast pattern for Ross. Still opts not to use the Ice Wave Plasma. Oh, he doesn't have Ice Beam. That is right. His beam only currently does 750 damage, which is still more than you might get from Doppler and bleh. And I imagine we will see a 3-cycle here for Ross. Oh no, he misses the super. Just a little bit late there. So a 4-cycle. Now will CheeseReaver get the Metroid baby skin? A couple days ago I learned that the Metroid baby is actually vulnerable to power bombs. I was kind of surprised. Oh, CheeseReaver does not get the baby skip. And he looks back. Tisk tisk. Should never look back. Never fear death. Does say 40 frames though. So which do you value more? Your fear of death and 40 frames? Or do you value your freedom? I don't know. Ross is unfortunately not going to find anything interesting at these lower wreck ship locations. Just some ammo, and maybe a reserve tank and a knee tank. Checking left side supers for a missile pack. Now the real question is, will he save before he goes over to Spiky Room of Death? No, he opts to blind check it. CheeseReaver with the nice Zeb skip. We'll be dealing with Mother Brain here in just a moment. Fire in some supers. And some missiles, presumably. Yeah, there go the missiles. And the supers are incoming. And Mother Brain 1 is down for CheeseReaver. Ross finds that there are only power bombs at the wreck ship E-tank. Now, will Ross opt to leave wrecked ship after he finds ice? Or will he, in fact, oh wow, he just got crushed. At this point, he should know that this is the only place gravity could be in logic, because it cannot show up in Meridia. So I imagine he will, in fact, full clear a wrecked ship blindly, because he knows gravity must be here. But as soon as he picks up Ice Beam, he could actually opt to just skip gravity. Not saying it's a smart play, but it is in fact the play. Alternatively, he may just go in the bottom door and shoot the orb to find that gravity is there. The Metroid is absorbing Mother Brain's energy, and Mother Brain, unfortunately for her, does no longer have access to the Rainbow Beam. Aha! He is about to get his Ice Beam. His Nice Beam. And with that, he is now going to check. Oh, you've already checked this location. He isn't. Hi, he's just confirming the fact that there was a reserve tank there. You already checked that location earlier. For a second, I was almost worried that you were going to skip gravity. Fortunately, my fears were not realized. CheeseReaver executing Mother Brain 3. And Mother Brain 3 is out of here. CheeseReaver will be making his escape momentarily. While Ross, unfortunately, still needs to go take out Dragon. Alright, nice diagonal spark by CheeseReaver. Let's see how he fares in the Leodox room. Didn't turn his screw attack back on, so he does have to shoot out those other guys, those pirates. Gotta wonder why the pirates aren't trying to escape when they know that if they don't make it off the planet, they'll be dead meat. But will CheeseReaver save the animals? Oh no, that is... he bonks. Yikes. And an accidental morph too. Not quite sure where that was from. CheeseReaver did struggle a little bit with that climb, but he's made it to the top. Ross has picked up his gravity suit, and he is on his way to Dragon. Unfortunately for him, CheeseReaver has finished with an official SRL time of 59:28, and Ross does opt to forfeit. Ross does opt to forfeit, so we will not be seeing the rest of this race. Would have been another 15 minutes probably, so I can't blame him for wanting to start up the second race sooner rather than later. Now, the real question is, will our runners be coming in for interviews now or after their next race? I'm not quite sure how interviews work around these parts. Huh, I'm not quite sure if I missed the item positions, but I am quite intrigued at where Spring Ball and X-Ray were. It'd be interesting to see if Spring Ball showed up at Shack Tool, the vanilla location. We will find out shortly. Alrighty, so today we have Spring Ball at Dum Da Dum. It hasn't showed up yet. Spring Ball, I was right. Yeah. And X-Ray was at Meridian Reserve. Vanilla Spring Ball. Today I am. Today my day has been made. Unfortunately, none of our runners went to Shack Tool today. But at least we know that our friend Shack Tool did have a wonderful reward for us. Ross and CheeseReaver are both getting ready for their second race here. They will be getting started shortly. I imagine these trackers will reset themselves. I think for this race I will enter theater mode and maybe turn on an additional light since there is literally no light in my room right now. Oh my! I have been made aware that up and coming there will be a four-way. Oh, wow. It appears Zeb and Hero will be joining us. I suppose I can continue commentating. Sure, why not? The next race appears to be in 15 minutes, though, so I will make my quick retreat and return shortly. But for now, I bid you all adieu.